Relica Extreme 1 chunk, 15-second recap. Keldagrim took me half a year, Sears Village took less than a month. I got all forestry units almost back to back to back. The latest roll was the Relica Hunter area, which had no tasks yet. And after all those chunks, I am now a big buff boy. Let's start the video by rolling a new chunk immediately. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, pick a chunk. What do we get? What do we get? Maxscape! Maxscape! It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Damn it. Okay, well, that's the Maxscape chunk. It's just this little sliver of land before we get access to this little island, which is the Maxscape Island. But, yeah, it's nothing. Let's go and check it anyways. Can we actually even walk there? Now I'm getting scared. No, we can. We can go from up there. Okay, it's all good. Now, obviously, there is absolutely nothing on that little sliver of land. However, if we do roll all the way to Berthorpe and access the Maxscape Island, there's gonna be a lot of 99s we need to get to pass those skill checks. So hopefully we don't get that in just a little while. But because we rolled just corner content, we still had time to roll another chunk. Pick a chunk. I can't remember the last time I picked 2 chunks in one day. It's been a while. Here we go. Ice Troll content. It's the agility. Oh. Okay. That's 80 agility. That's 80 agility. And it's Waterbirth Island unlocked as well. Oh shit. Oh shit indeed. This chunk gives me access to an agility shortcut, more specifically the Coal Trucks log balance requiring level 20 agility. At the moment I have 29 agility and I'm 1 lamp away from level 30, which would unlock the Keldagrim bike agility method as well. As far as I know, both methods are quite viable, the log balance being more XP per hour, but the bike being far more AFK. And the goal is level 80 agility for the Relica rooftop course. So I guess we'll just check out both methods and choose whichever...
Hey buddy, you're presenting the details all wrong. People like math, they like visuals. It's time for Grind Math with Brewscape. The segment where we go into way too much detail about how we're going to make these self-imposed account restrictions not suck as much as they should. They say 2 things are certain in every Relica Extreme 1 chunker's life: Dagannoth Kings and agility. And my boy Relica here finally met one of those certainties. But don't worry, Lunatar, I talked with Source Chunk already and he said he totally hasn't rigged your chunk picker to roll DKs next. Anyway, the 80 agility grind. Since the beginning of this account, Lunatar has probably been asking himself, how am I going to unlock agility on this account? What methods will I have to get to level 80? Why did I pick a starting chunk with an 80 agility requirement? Why is my voice so deep, so sultry, and so damn sexy? Well, I only have the answer to the first 2 questions, so let's get started with a brief Relica history lesson. It's time for Grind History with Brewscape. Besides Relica itself, the first chunk that Lunatar rolled with any agility training method was back on August 7th of 2024, when he rolled the Fremenic Forest chunk. This chunk is home to the log balance shortcut that you can take from the forest down to Sinclair Mansion, or vice versa. At the time, Lunatar only had 27 agility from lamping, so this didn't trigger any additional agility grinds since the log itself requires 48 agility to use. Next, on August 13th, 2024, he rolled the Relica Peninsula chunk, which let him get into Keldagrim. At the Keldagrim Blast Furnace, there's a pedal bike that grants agility XP for anyone with level 30 agility. However, Lunatar only had level 28 at this point. Fast forward past a gigantic mining, smithing, and crafting grind, during which he stopped lamping agility at level 29 so as to not trigger another huge grind from the Keldagrim chunk, and we land on February 15th, 2025, the day that changed everything. Lunatar rolled Sears Village, giving him an actual agility course that he'd be able to use once he got to level 60, drastically reducing the level and therefore the experience, which he'd have to grind to with some arbitrary low XP method. He went from potentially having to grind almost 2 million XP to barely over 250,000 XP, around an eighth of the total XP required. I thought this was a history segment. They happen at the same time. Anyway, the very next chunk roll after Sears Village was finished was on March 17th, 2025, where Lunatar rolled the Reliker Hunter area. At the north side of the iceberg lies a hidden agility training method, being these rocky handholds, which bring you up to the entrance of one of the Eagle Transport System locations. This spot required level 35 agility to traverse, so again, no additional agility requirements were added. Finally, this brings us to March 31st, 2025, where Lunatar rolled his latest chunk, the Coal Trucks Mine. Here lies a log balance agility shortcut that only requires level 20, and since this shortcut grants agility XP and Lunatar had already lamped up to level 29, he's now officially started the agility journey. This has been Grind History with Brewscape. Back to you, Math Brew. Thanks, History Brew. Although you didn't mention the agility death chunk that's been looming over Lunatar since he first rolled out of Relica. You know, the one with the level 1 training method that grants 1 XP on a success and 0.7 XP on a failure, with a success rate of 2% at level 1 and 100% at level 99. The one where, by my calculations, using a sum of XP gained from following a level by level probability of success per crossing attempt formula, he'd be expected to cross 2,182,009 times to get to level 80? Oh, I see why you left it for the math segment. Well, good thing he somehow avoided this chunk 13 times. Anyway, now that you're reminded of the agility methods that are available to our Fremenic friend, let's get into some actual math. Reliker practically has 30 agility, and we're really only concerned about what to do until level 60, since the Sears Village course allows for a maximum of 46.6k XP per hour, with no Sears Bank teleport. So we're wanting to find the best approach to tackle the 260,379 XP that exists between these two levels. The level 48 Sinclair Mansion log balance grants 4 XP per successful cross. At 5 ticks or 3 seconds per cross, you could get up to 4,800 XP per hour without any failures. But with a high fail rate of around 50%, you can easily cut that in half, not even accounting for the extra time to swim around and walk back when you do fail. At this rate, the roughly 191,000 experience between level 48 and level 60 would take about 80 hours, not accounting for banking for the food you'd need. The level 30 Keldegrim pedal bike grants 1 XP each game tick, meaning it grants a maximum of 6k agility XP per hour and is completely AFK. However, it drains 0.5 run energy each tick, and you can't use it when you're out of run energy. So without any forms of energy restoration, you can really only use this bike for about 3 minutes at level 30 before needing to take a break. Also at level 30, it takes 5 minutes and 33 seconds to fully recover that energy, so this averages out to 0.5 XP per tick, meaning you can really only expect around 3.5k XP per hour at level 30. Of course, this will go up with higher agility levels, but it's still capped at 6k XP per hour. Let's give it a generous average of 4.5k XP per hour between level 30 and level 60, and that's roughly 58 hours of pedal biking. The level 35 Eagles Peak handholds grant 1 XP each traversal, taking 6 ticks to go up and 5 ticks to go down. That's an average of 1 XP per 5.5 ticks, thanks to there not being any possibility of failure. This is not even 1.1k XP per hour, so at best it would take over 230 hours to go from level 35 to level 60. You could angle the camera to rapidly click on the same spot, making it mindless and somewhat AFK, but the XP here still sucks. However, the level 20 Coal Trucks log balance that Reliker just unlocked grants 8.5 XP per cross, taking 6 ticks or 3.6 seconds to cross. This obstacle can grant up to 8.5k XP per hour, again with no possibility of failure. This method would only take a little over 30 hours to get Reliker to level 60, and this obstacle benefits from the same thing as before, where you can rapidly click in the same spot, making it somewhat AFK. So we have an obvious winner. If you want to see more content like this, come check me out on my channel. I have a sailing themed Extreme 1 Chunk Ironman that started in Port Sarim over a year ago and is currently grinding through a 99 smithing task. Thanks to Lunatar for allowing me to take up some of your time in his video, and thanks to you all for watching. Fair winds and following. Wait, no, wrong channel. This has been Grind Math with Brewscape. Now, back to the progress.
An extremely massive thank you to Brewscape for that segment right there. Everything in there was done completely by Brewscape, so definitely go and check his channel out. He's making extremely good content as well. There's going to be a link down in the description, so go and give him some love. But now, back into the progress. So the chunk roll stream is now over and we are up to 35 agility, which means that we now have access to the Reliker Hunter area handholds that we unlocked last time. You cannot even see them on the map, but they are right here. And they actually lead into the Eagles Peak cave. And I think you can access them, even though we cannot really access the Eagles Peak or anything like that. We don't have the quest done, and we're not going to have it done in a long time, but we can access the cave, I think. So let's go ahead and check it out. We have 35 agility, we have all that we need for it. So let's see what's in that cave. so here it is, the rocky handholds right here. I think we get a little bit of XP. It's not going to be a better training method than the log is, but yes, we can indeed climb them. 1 XP right there. I don't think there's anything here. We have a rope. Okay, there's something. I didn't expect to have absolutely anything in here, but yeah, we have a couple of ropes. Not that I really do anything with these, but yeah, this is the area where the eagles would be if we had completed the Eagles Peak quest, and then we could, you know, use that as a transport method between the different places. But anyways, it's cool to see another new area. There's level 40 agility unlocking, I think, Canifis course. Yeah, Canifis, and that's pretty much it. Obviously not anything for us, but a pretty cool first milestone after level 30. Level 42 agility, that unlocks the Dwarven Mine Narrow Crevice Agility Shortcut. A new agility shortcut for us to use. Let's go ahead and check that one out. Here we are in the Dwarven Mines, and there is the Squeeze Through Crevice shortcut, the level 42 agility shortcut. It's gonna be a moderately useful shortcut. We are coming through Keldgrim into here, and then we can use the shortcut to get to the other side and a little bit faster way into the Mining Guild and the Motherlode Mine as well. So there's a medium task in the Falador area, a chunk task completed as well. It's gonna be somewhat useful, not the best agility shortcut in the world, and I don't know honestly how many times I'm gonna go through here into the Mining Guild anymore, but anyways, it's nice to have. Level 43, back-to-back new shortcuts. Fremennik's Lair Dungeon Spiked Blade Jump Agility Shortcut. That is a difficult name, but yeah, that's gonna be another agility shortcut. Let's check that out as well. Alrighty, into the Slayer Dungeon. This is one of my favorite places in the region that we have unlocked, even though I can't really kill almost anything in here. I love this place, brings back so many memories. But here's the first, there's the 61 agility shortcut, and there's the level 43 shortcut. So these are both extremely useful, or would be if I had any Slayer levels, but I don't. But yeah, this is a 2-part. I think there's some sort of way to get through this in one hop, I think, but I'm not actually sure. Ouch, 10 damage. Anyways, when we unlock Pyrofiends and other Slayer monsters, this is going to be a much faster way into here than just going around. So yeah, it's not a bad shortcut at all. Not extremely useful at the moment, but in the future might be pretty good. Another level 48 and another agility shortcut. Fremennik Province agility shortcut. The log balance, that is, that's the one north of Sinclair, I think. Yeah, this one right here. Let's go ahead and check it out. The Fremennik Province log balance shortcut right here, north of Sinclair, south of Relaka. It's a moderately useful one. I am teleporting very often into Relaka with the Lyre, so if I'm going to the CS village, then it might be a little bit faster than going around the west side here, but kinda maybe a couple of seconds are saved here or there and you can fail this, so maybe it's not really that useful, but I don't know. I think this is mostly for those who have the fairy rings unlocked. You can get into the fairy rings and get here really fast, but for me it's semi-useless at least. Big milestone coming up, level 50 agility, halfway to 99, right? Crystal equipment, Falador, Colossal Worm, such things, but nothing for me, unfortunately. The next big unlock for me is at level 60, which is gonna be the CS Village. There's level 54 agility, unlocking the Motherlode Mine Dark Tunnel and the Western Alderin Cliff Scramble. Mostly the Motherlode Mine is gonna be useful for me. Oh, maybe not that useful, but anyways, it's a new shortcut. Let's go and check it out. Motherlode Mines, and here is the Dark Tunnel shortcut. Let's see how we go through here. Oh, you must complete the medium tier task of the Falador Achievement Diary. Okay, so we can't actually use that one. There's another one right there though, so I think this is the level 54 one, so I don't know which one is this down south here. Let's see, it's a Dark Tunnel as well, so I don't think this is the one that we unlocked. No, this is just kind of useless, I think. But okay, well, we're not gonna unlock this for a very long time. There's a lot of stuff in the medium Falador Diary that we can't do until we have a lot of chunks here, so unfortunately it's not gonna be useful for a while. 57 agility, we are getting close, and this is the best level. The Eastern Relica fence. You don't know how many times I have wanted to hop that fence, but haven't been able to. And finally, we can actually use the fence east of Relica. It is a beautiful day. Where is it? There it is, the broken fence. Let's go ahead and use it. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I have really needed this for a lot of things, but I haven't had access, and now it is actually usable. Beautiful. And it's not failable either. You don't get any XP for it, but it's not a failable shortcut, so it's a really great addition to our collection of shortcuts to use. And I mean the animation, that is freaking beautiful, dude. 30 hours later, and we are done. Thank God, your agility level is now 60. You can now use the Werewolf and CS Village courses. Beautiful. There's a lot of unlocks here. Wintertod, Gardevoir's Dungeon, Molehammer's, Ferocian Throne shortcuts, and Tombs of a Mascot as well. But obviously, CS Village is our goal. And yeah, this took pretty much exactly 30 hours. It's not that bad once you find the rhythm, just clicking in the one same spot all the time, but obviously it's not really engaging either, so I'm really glad that I can move on to a real rooftop course with some real agility XP, like XP per hour. The XP per hour there was not good, as you saw from Brewscape's introduction, so I am very happy that we get to a real rooftop course. There's still going to be about 60 hours of CS Village until we hit level 80 agility. The log was 8k XP per hour, the CS is going to be 45k XP per hour, so that's a pretty nice improvement. Level 60 to level 80 at CS Village should take me 3005 laps exactly, so that's going to take a little while. Luckily, CS is a pretty chill course, and in my opinion, it's actually not that bad either. I kind of like this course. In the context of agility courses, at least, this is as good as it goes, I think. However, there are basically no more shortcuts for me to unlock from level 60 all the way to level 80. There's basically nothing to unlock, which kind of sucks a little bit, but anyways, after we are level 80, we get access to Relica Rooftop course, and after that, there's always Waterbirth Island. Here it is, first full lap of the CS Agility course, and a hard task in the Kandarin area completed. That is a chunk task as well. Only 3004 laps to go. One down. Hey, and look at that, there is the collection log for Mark of Grace. We are gonna get a lot of these. It's kind of weird, it shows you the collection log before you can actually even pick it up. I guess it spawns it when you complete the course or something, but let's go ahead and see where it is and pick it up as well. There it is, Mark of Grace number 1. Now it's going to be very interesting how many we are going to get. I think at least probably 400 to 500, maybe even more, but we'll see once we are done with the grind how many Marks of Grace we end up with. Now, while I'm running in circles like a headless chicken, here's your daily dose of fun agility facts. Agility is the only skill with only one level up jingle. All the other skills have two, one for leveling up and another one for leveling up and unlocking new content. I guess designing the skill isn't the only thing Jagex was lacking at. Some of the shortcuts have a very weird and outdated game logic behind them. For example, these two shortcuts in Zanaris added in September of 2005 are actually both the same object, even though they have separate level requirements, 46 for the medium and 66 for the advanced. This means that the game must determine your level requirement for the shortcuts with some other method than just comparing these two objects together. Most likely, the game checks your location. Are you standing next to the one that should require 46 agility or the one that needs 66 agility? It is a very weird system. Why not just have two separate objects like everywhere else in the game? But anyways, I can't wait for someone to break the game completely and, I don't know, one-shot suck using these shortcuts somehow. Did you know that Grace, the NPC who gives out graceful clothing, is named after Modmat K's dog, Grace? Grace's dog, on the other hand, is named Mark, making the items Marks of Grace into a name pun. So you might want to think of it this way. Whenever you're picking up Marks of Grace, as in markings left behind by Modmat K's dog, you are literally scooping up dog shits off of the roofs of Gielinor. And with that fun little agility fact, let's get back into the progress. Yep, and that is 65 agility. Pretty nice. Temple on the Salve on Mauritania and easy Revenant Cave agility shortcuts, and that was lap 301. Not too bad. I almost forgot, we have a shortcut at level 61, the narrow crevice right here in the Slayer dungeon that brings us to Turoths and Kurasks, but obviously we cannot kill either one of those, so it's not a very useful shortcut at the moment, but maybe in the future when we get some more Slayer levels, this is going to be a pretty useful shortcut to have. It's going to cut down the running time, you know, going to bank and other stuff like that. It's going to cut that down very, very much, so it's a very useful shortcut in the future, not just yet though. It has been quite a while since the last clip. I took a little vacation, I started the new mini-series, I've been enjoying RuneScape in other ways as well. I haven't been playing on my main Iron Man a little bit and everything, so Reliquar hasn't been getting the attention it deserves and needs. But anyways, I'm still training, I'm still going hard, and here is level beautiful 69 agility. You always need to get that on camera, obviously, and we are up to almost 140 marks of grace. We have a mystery box, let's open it, flyer, and we have a couple of lamps and other things stacked in there as well from mystery events. But again, I really haven't been playing all that much on Reliquar, but now I am back in action and going hard on that level 80 agility. I think we are going to complete it in the next, I think, 2 weeks or so, and after that we are ready to roll yet another chunk. Well, guess who missed level 70 agility? Here is level 71 agility instead. I don't know how, but somehow I missed level 70 agility. Quite the YouTuber you have right here. What a beautiful chat box that is. Look at that. 1,000 rooftops in CS Village exactly. Beautiful. And we're almost up to 200 marks of grace as well. Basically 1/3 of the grind done, 2/3 left to go. Oh, and there is Mark of Grace number 200. Beautiful. 72 agility, floor 3 of Hallowed Sepulchre, Stronghold Slayer Cave, all sorts of stuff, but nothing for me, unfortunately. Just got a lamp there, and now I think it's time to spend some of these on Slayer. We are still lamping Slayer, and this will get us to level, is it 19? Yeah, 19 Slayer. One more level for rock slugs, I think. Level 20 should be rock slugs. But you need bags of salt to kill them, and you get those from Slayer Masters, which I do not have access to just yet. So at the moment that doesn't really mean anything, but maybe in the future we can get ourselves some rock slug KC. 73 agility. 7 more levels to go. I think that means we are halfway to 80. Really doesn't feel that way. I have been doing agility for the past like 60-ish hours or something. Yeah, I really don't feel like we're halfway there, but I guess we are. And obviously it's going to be a lot faster from now on, now that the fail rate is going down and we are getting some decent XP from the CS Village course. So only about, I think, 20 hours or so left to go. And that is lap 1, 2, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Now, that is going to do it for this episode. Obviously, it has been a lot of progress already. 73 agility from level 29. Next episode, we are going to get level 80. We're going to roll a new chunk and hope that it's not Waterbirth Island. As always, a big thank you to all the channel members for keeping the series and the channel going. If you're interested in supporting the channel, subscribing is the easiest way, and if you want to go above and beyond, there's a link to the channel memberships down below. Thank you again for watching, I'll see you in the next one.